My shadow dreams and broken heart. I'm in it on my own. Oh my God. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Can you lovely people hear me? I guess you can. I'm trying to. Oh, I hope I can do it on here. Hold on one second. I wanted to. Let me see something. Oh no, I guess it doesn't let you off my iPad. Anyway, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 channel where we do what? Focus on healing humor and hot motherfucking topics. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I was trying to because I thought that I could share my screen with you guys. And this really pisses me off that I can't on the iPad because I wanted us to talk about Deb's house and I wanted to show y'all the cast. I wanted to show y'all the cast, but I guess it looks like they don't let you do that on here. Let me see. No, they don't. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to play with it a little bit because, like I said, I want to talk about Deb's house. I want to talk about Deb's house. Are you sure you want to leave the studio? Stay. No, I want to stay. But I wanted you guys to see. Maybe I should ask Chat GPT if I could oh, this really pisses me off. And I'm scared to go live from my computer because every time I have tried that, ladies and gentlemen, it seems as though you guys get frozen and all of this and all of that. So I'm leaving that alone. Okay. All right. So let's get it started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Operation Hill 100 channel where we do what? Focus on healing humor, hot motherfucking topics. Do you guys, I really wanted to share my screen because Deb's house is back and I freaking love this show. I love this show and I wanted to do a review on it, but I also wanted to show you guys pictures and a trailer and all of these things from the show because I think that you would like it. But oh God, I cannot do that now because it's not showing me on my iPad how I share the screen. Whereas on a computer, when you're doing it from the computer, it shows you where you can share the screen and all of this and all of that. And I wonder why my iPad won't let me do it. Let me try one more thing, y'all. It says add item. Camera slot, media slot. Is that what I want to add? So, no, let me leave this alone before I mess around and do something I got to brainstorm. Anywho, all right. If y'all didn't watch Deb's House last season, Deb's House is a show where Deb Antony, Waka Flocka mother, remember she is like she's kind of like an A&R, right? Because I remember back in the days they were saying that she had a lot to do with Nicki Minaj's career and she had something to do with, of course, she had something to do with Waka Flocka's career. I think she kind of pretty much scouts talent and bring them to these labels, and she gets her cut and she works with the artists and does like the artist curation and so on and so forth, right? So that's who she's been in her career in the past, right? And again, the people that she's worked with, their careers have been very lucrative, so I can't say the lady don't know what the fuck she's doing. So I guess because they knew that she knew what she was doing, they decided to give her a reality show. Last year was season 1 and I watched it. So it's called Deb's House. And what ended up happening was she was looking for the next hip hop star, right? So she recruited these girls, put them in one house, let them compete, and then finally she picked one of the girls last season. It was really good. I really enjoyed the show. What I will say though is I don't know whatever became of the girl that Deb chose because I don't see her nowhere doing anything other than Instagram. I don't see her doing any shows. I don't see her putting out any singles. I don't see any of that. So I don't know if Deb is necessarily making these people a star, but the reality show is good and I like to watch. So I seen a couple of weeks ago that season 2 was coming back. I was like, oh my God, I want to watch it. And I definitely was interested in watching season 2 because this time she's looking for an R&B superstar. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, please make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. Please make sure you hit the thumbs up on the video. You know I like to get on my likes. All right, let's get it rolling. So what Deb did was she went on TikTok. She went on TikTok and she did all of this worldwide search and let all these people audition and yada, 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 and yada, 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 right? So she said that after all the auditions, she narrowed it down to just 15 women. When I did my count, it was only 14s, and I think Deb asked don't know how to count because she counted 10 girls, and it was 9 girls, 10 girls, and it was supposed to be 9. So I think that Deb meant 14, but she just said 15, right? So anywho, when the show gets started, it starts off at the auditions. So at the auditions, she has celebrity judges Waka Flocka and Kiki Wyatt, right? Kiki Wyatt, sweetheart, that's not your shade of makeup, boo boo. That's not your shade of makeup, and I don't know who keeps putting that on you because you look absolutely fucking nuts, right? But in any event, Kiki Wyatt was there. She was one of the celebrity guests, and no matter what you say about Kiki Wyatt, billions of kids and all, that bitch can sing. So I can see why Deb would have wanted her there as a celebrity guest because she sings her fucking soul out. So I was like, okay, girl, that was good. And then, like I said, Waka Flocka was there, right? So what they started doing was they was pairing the girls up together so they can let them sing one song so they can see like who's the better singer out the two that they paired up, right? So um the first, let me see. I wish I could show y'all pictures. The very two first girls was this girl named Live Free and this girl named Daisha, and they sung Angel of Mine by Monica, right? And both two pretty girls, seemed like very nice girls, but they had a very weird dynamic between them. Like, the way they was looking at each other. Now, in all fairness, Daisha was looking at Live Free pretty much like, like, okay, we got this, let's do this. Live Free was looking at Daisha like, bitch, you're beneath me and I'ma rock you. I'm not gonna lie. She definitely was giving off that facial expression. So when she was done singing, Kiki Wyatt clocked that tea quick. Kiki Wyatt was like, what's your deal? What's your deal? Because you coming over like you think you're a prima donna and all of that. What's your deal? You here for auditions, you ain't won shit yet. You barely made it in the house. So this is gonna be the energy that you give off. So the girl Live Free was like, well, I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, I don't feel like I'm giving off that energy. Now I got a little scared for two reasons. Number one, Live Free, if you couldn't assess, because even I could assess through the TV screen that that's the energy you was giving off. If you couldn't assess that, then that means you lack self-awareness. And I struggle with people that lack self-awareness. I'm not gonna lie. I realize it's a pet peeve of mine. I really, really do. So I don't know how far you was gonna go in this situation anyway, but she just was saying that wasn't her energy, and Kiki Wyatt was like, "You're a fucking liar." What I didn't like about Kiki Wyatt was I felt like you guys are celebrity judges, but also I feel like maybe to some degree you were kind of there to like mentor the girls. So I felt like she came on a little too harsh and too strong when it was when she was telling her all of this. And I could see why the girl was taking it back because she was being so nasty. And it's like, I don't even know you, miss. Why are you speaking to me that way? And then on top of that, if I really don't feel like I'm giving off that energy, what do you want me to do? Just agree with you because that's what you said. So it was kind of like a weird thing. And I didn't like how Kiki Wyatt treated her, but Kiki Wyatt was not lying. She did have an air about her, right? Now, I forgot. They weren't the first two. The first two were two sisters. Their name was Nia and Audrey, right? And they said that they one first of all they look like twins, but one is like a year older than the other or something like that. And they were saying they tried to be a group when they were younger, but that did not work out. But they both like to sing, and I think maybe Nia might be more invested in the music business than Audrey. And they had a beautiful voice. They sung "Weak" by SWV, and you got to really know how to sing and sing that motherfucking song, right? So anywho, they did good. Next up, they had Amber versus Lucy Love. Lucy Love and Amber are both of them are thick brown skinned women. They both had skin that was fucking flawless. Flawless. When I tell you Lucy Love and Amber skin was flawless. I mean, not a bump, not a blackhead, nothing. They skin looked so good. Anyway, they went against each other. They kind of give you like that sultry kind of them voices that kind of sound raspy kind of thing. So I can see why they paired them up together. And they sung Sweet Love by Anita Baker, right? Amber. 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 Something ain't clear. Something in the milk ain't clean. Something is not clear. Something is not clear. Because after they sung their song, and remember, they're not telling them anything right there other than, if you sound good. And they gave them both good feedback because they did both sound good. And when she went to the back, Amber fell the fuck out. It was like she was having a panic attack crying, but she was saying in the same breath she had got good feedback. So I'm looking at Amber like, is everything okay? So then she said, she did say in her confessional, she's like, sometimes new things, they overwhelm me and yada, yada, yada. Amber, I'm peeking at you, girl. I'm peeking at you. I'm peeking at you. I'm peeking at you. So, anywho, next up was these two girls named Jasmine and Kimberly, and they sung "Sweet Love" by Anita Baker as well. And before they could even start singing, I guess Kiki Wyatt was just looking over both of their bios, and she saw that Jasmine lived in her car, and Kiki Wyatt automatically had like an emotional reaction to that, and I did too. And I did too, because what I'm learning as I get older and I'm realizing is when you're like trying to get to a point in your life that you've been praying for, you're wishing for, and so on and so forth, all of the obstacles that you have to face en route to getting there, they try to break you. They try to break you. So and you just never know what another person is going through on their journey. Because Jasmine didn't look homeless, she didn't look crazy. So that would not have been something that you knew automatically. So when Kiki Wyatt found that out, she was like, "Oh my God, girl, no, what's your cash app?" Like, she wanted to do something for her because she felt bad. You don't want nobody homeless and living in their car. As she was saying, she said she had just lost her job the year before. She's a hairdresser, and she even sung backup for Summer Walker. But I guess the funds just wasn't funding, so that was so sad. But anywho, next up they had AJ versus Devin. Um, AJ is a like masculine lesbian, white, tatted, but beautiful voice. And Devin kind of gives you biracial. You could tell she come from a little something. Cute girl, and both of them sounded good, but they sung my song, one of my favorite songs of all time. Gotta change my answering machine now that I'm alone. Yes, they sung Neo So Sick. So that's one of my favorite songs of all time. But the judges was not happy with their performance. Neither one of them. They was like, I mean, I guess, right? I was like, wow. Anyway, I just was so hyped because that's my song. That's really my song. Then the next two people was this girl named Shavea and this girl named Ashley, right? And both two plus size sisters. But Ashley came up on the stage. And Ashley, I think that's a Fashion Nova skirt because I think I got the pants to that. But anywho, she came up on the stage with a skirt on that had the whole bottom of her ass cheeks out. And remember, these are two plus size women. So Deb was like, absolutely not. I would not stand for this. Absolutely not. So Deb started giving her a lecture about, no, you're not going to be dressing like that and so on and so forth. So she got emotional and she was just explaining. She was like, well, I just try to do some things to kind of sexy myself up because I am a stage 1 cancer survivor and I've had a double mastectomy, so I don't have breasts. So she was like, I feel like I have to use the other parts of my body to make me look sexy, right? And while that was definitely understandable and a hard thing to hear, girl, we ain't want to see the bottom of your ass cheeks. Come on now, Ashley. You should know better than that. You should have known better. So, and then that's what they said. They was like, no, we get it, girl, but your fanny is outside for everybody to see, and we don't want to see that. I kind of feel like, if I'm being honest with you, I think the feedback was so harsh because she's plus size. Because I feel like had Devin, which was one of the more petite girls, came up there with a skirt that shorter than the bottom of her ass cheeks would have been out, that wouldn't have been too much of a problem. I feel like it was more of a problem because they felt it was inappropriate because she's plus size. That's just my personal opinion. Me personally, I don't necessarily know if I felt like it was inappropriate. I more felt like it didn't look good. Again, you have to wear what's for you, and that didn't look like that was for you. But Ashley is a beautiful girl and voice was fire, right? So that was good. Next up, they sung Weak by SWV as well. And then next up they had India versus Tara. Tara has alopecia, so she had a bull head, but Tara is absolutely beautiful. Another one with flawless skin. Another one with flawless skin. And I'm always a noticer of flawless skin because that's always my goal, to get my skin to look like glass. And because I have hormone issues, it doesn't always manifest the way I want it to. But I'm working on it. Anywho, yeah, so she pretty much Tara was versus India, and they did my mother. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all could say what y'all want about Brian McKnight. Y'all could say whatever y'all want about Brian McKnight. What the fuck y'all won't say is that he don't have hits and he don't sing. Cause I fucking love his music. So they sung One Last Cry. A shadow dreams of broken hearts. I'm in and on my own. Come on, Uncle Brian. That's my motherfucking song right there. I gotta add that to my playlist. So anywho, they both sound good, right? So then they was doing like another bonus round, and they let Tara and AJ both come back out because they felt like they didn't do that great to give them another chance, and they did Angel of Mine, right? So now the goal is to pick the 10 girls. The 10 girls that they picked for the house was AJ, that's what I told you, the white dyke, Tara, Kimberly, she was like the oldest of the group. I didn't even put Kimberly here audition. Where's Kimberly audition? Oh, Jasmine versus Kimberly. I did. Okay. They picked Deja, they picked Audrey, but they didn't pick her sister Nia. They picked Tara, they picked Amber, they picked Devin, they picked Ashley, and they picked Lucy Love. The ladies that they didn't pick was Live Free, Jasmine, Nia, and India. Like I said, next time when I go live, I'm gonna have to go from another device because I need to be able to share my screen to show y'all pics. Y'all don't know who these people are, and I want you to be able to see them, right? So, okay. Once they pick the girls, they head to the house, right? What I like about Deb's house is rooms is already assigned. Rooms is already assigned. So we're not going through the whole rigmarole. Oh God, where we gonna sleep? Who got what fighting for a bed? No, they had their names on the doors and rooms was already a fucking sign. I like that. So now the girls get together. They in the house. They got food. They got wine. You know, Deb got a little setup for them. They congregate and they eat and they talking yada yada yada. Right. So Amber seems to be like the introvert of the group and one of those people who says things like, oh, my social battery runs low and yada, yada, yada. Because you could see she pretty much wanted to be to herself. It seemed like that crowding and talking and all coming together and singing and all that. I think it was a lot for her, right? So she was like, I'm going to retreat into my little shell to regroup. They was like, all right, girl, go do what you do. So when she got in her confessional, she admitted that she's autistic. And she was like, I don't want to share that with everybody here because we all got our own struggles. I don't need nobody feeling sorry for me, yada, 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 right? So eventually her, Audrey, and Ashley were in one room having a conversation, and all the other girls were in the other room singing and, congregating and getting to know each other and stuff like that, right? So while they was in there doing that, Amber had shared that Lucy Love, who is her roommate, came back and told her that Tara was talking about her. And she was like, I just don't like that. I didn't come here for that. Yada, 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 right? And apparently on a Sprinter, there was a little exchange between Tara and Ashley. Tara said to Ashley, I thought me and you were going to go up against each other. And I just feel like my voice is like a little stronger than yours. I'm sorry. Tara, you look like Anais from Love and Hip Hop and used to act like her. And see, I had the fucking picture and everything. That's why I wish I could have shared the screen because I wanted to show y'all they look like twins. But anywho, I'm looking at that like Tara, girl, bye. Um, so Lucy Love and Amber are roommates. I remember I told y'all Lucy Love and Amber are both like very beautiful brown skinned girls, kind of chunky on the chunkier side, so they kind of, you could see like they're like in the same area. If you said they was cousins, you could believe it, right? Back in their room, Lucy Love is there putting all her shit in the closet. Now it's only one closet in the room. So Amber looked and was like, well, Dag, are you gonna save me a little bit of closet space? So she was like, okay, no, girl, you see these drawers and these cubby holes right here and this nook, you take that area for your stuff. So Amber was like, what? Like, no, no, you're not gonna leave me. No, I need the whole entire closet. Amber was like, absolutely not, right? So now Lucy's point of defense, what she's trying to say, well, Amber, didn't I give you first dibs when it came to picking a bed, right? So I feel like because you got to pick the bed that you wanted, I should have the entire closet. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Lucy. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. That's not the way that go, boo. That's not the way that go. And if you thought letting me pick my motherfucking bed was so you can do that, Absolutely not. On top of that, the space that you're trying to give her, you're saying, well, it's room right here. That's not a closet, though. Some things need to be hung up. You telling her to put stuff in drawers and fold stuff up? Absolutely not. Right? So it jumped off from there. And one piece of back and forth and this and that and blah, 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 blah. You said this and I said that, and I'm putting this here. What you gonna do? And they was going. They was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So then that pulls up. So they like, well, shit, that pit, right? So when she pulls up, she hit the clothes. She like, well, what's going on? What's going on? So she goes upstairs to see what's going on. So when she went upstairs, Amber had already left the room, so Lucy Love was the only one in there. So as soon as Deb came in there, Lucy Love started trying to explain. Lucy, you knew you was wrong. Lucy, you knew you was wrong. You knew you was wrong because as soon as Deb came in, you started explaining, and Lucy, your ass was lying. Your ass was lying. So first of all, you want to say, you asked Amber for the closet. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You assumed that because you allowed her to pick her bed, that you should be able to take the whole closet. Well, you didn't ask her anything. What happened was when she saw you packing all your shit in it, not leaving no space for her, she was like, can I get some room? And then y'all had the dialogue. You never said nothing to her about that prior to that. So that's a lie. Number two, you started saying to Miss Deb, oh, no, because I would gladly move my things over. So why the fuck didn't say that to Amber so y'all didn't have to argue? You was trying to tell Amber she needed to go in the fucking basement and put her clothes because clearly you needed all that space for you. But that's not what you said to Miss Deb. So you was lying. You was lying. And what I think happened was because you knew you was lying and you was dead ass wrong, you just started panicking, right? And you tried to pull a fast one. And I'm looking at you like, what's going on here? But you something else too, Amber. You something else too, Amber. And I see you. I see you, Amber. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. So now, remember, before Deb even got upstairs, Amber left out the room. So now she goes sits down. Now, when Amber and Lucy was in that motherfucking room arguing, you wouldn't have seen no motherfucking piece of no autistic Amber, no emotional Amber, no Amber was standing on her motherfucking 10, like Lucy said, doing her ones and talking her shit, right? But what she did was, when Miss Deb came, she went back into that autistic shell. And she just can't take a lot of noise, and her social battery is running low. And you just turn real non-combative and victimish when you wasn't doing that before Miss Deb got there, right? So I feel like you you're very calculated. You're very calculated. You're very, very calculated. And I see you. I see you, girl. I see you, right? So Deb was like, listen, you can't just give this girl some drawers and take the whole closet. This is a shared space. You know you sharing space. We got to do better than this, right? So come on, come on. Let's all go downstairs so we can talk, right? So when they went downstairs, Deb introduced him to her assistant, and they said she's gonna be the house mom too. Sheree. Sheree had a good ass wig on. Sheree, you had a good ass wig on. It was colored perfectly and it looked good. They laid you, girl. They scalped you. I was here for you, Sheree. Right. So unless they edited something that we didn't see, and maybe Lucy Love won't put out some unseen footage. Lucy, I'm sorry, Lucy. You wigged the fuck out, Lucy. You not only did you wig out, you tricked yourself out your own spot, Lucy. Because I was looking at you like, what? Only thing Deb said when they got downstairs was like, listen, y'all do know this is a shared space, so you're going to have to make space for your roommate as well because y'all are all living here together. Then she was like, listen, is anybody else having an issue with closet space, bed space, or any of the above? Because while I'm here right now, I'm going to deal with this shit because we do not have a lot of time, and I'm not going to spend all my time dealing with stuff like that, right? Now, that's all the camera showed Miss Deb said. Again, if there's some deleted footage that you want to put out there, Lucy Love, please feel free to do so because I do not see what upset you about what Ms. Deb said. I think you was already popped and panicking because you knew you was wrong and you felt guilty and you let that get the best of you. Either way, girl, she starts saying, well, can I say something? Can I say something? So she was like, okay, well, go ahead. She reignites the fight all over again. It's like, why are you bringing that back up? Y'all supposed to have been past that and moving on, right? Then she starts saying, oh, you know what? I'm done with this conversation. Y'all can have it, right? So now Deb looking at her, she said, well, you know what? If you feel that way, then this might not be for you. Lucy was like, I guess we on the same page then. Lucy, go home, girl. Go home, go home, go home. Because number one, you tricked yourself out your own spot. You popped and you panicked for nothing. What you saw was you was dead ass wrong. And instead of you being able to calm down, because even when Deb got up, you said, come here, Miss Deb, come here, Miss Deb. Let me talk to you, Miss Deb, Miss Deb. No, Miss Deb. Relax. But you know why you couldn't relax? Because you was wrong and you was trying to skate around that. And when you was being called to the carpet, you tried to make it seem like they was trying to disrespect you. So she started taking off her mic saying, because I'm going to stand on my 10 fucking record deal. And if somebody don't want me in their house and I'm not going to be here. You right, girl. You right. You right. So I ain't even gotta eliminate you. You eliminated yourself. Head on out, sugar. Because you irritated me, and I know you irritated Miss Deb because she was. And I'm telling you, I'm proud of Deb. I'm proud of Deb because Deb a piece of work. Deb ass is very fucking combative. She combative. She's a piece of work, but she really kept it together. She was like, okay, you right. You right. You absolutely right. Okay. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. You leaving? Okay, got it. Instead of her being like back and forth with her, this is what I'm not going to because you know Deb can get like the who do. You know, she can get that's fucking give me what you call it, Harry and Henderson vibes. I don't like no big old woman towering over me and all that. And Deb is, she can give you the hands and feet is big and you tall and you talk a lot. Ooh. I'm not here for none of that fuck shit, right? But she didn't do that. I gotta give Deb credit this time. She did not do that. She was like, okay, all right, sweetie. You leaving? Okay, got it. Okay, all right. She was being very calm, right? Child, that's why I said we gotta watch Amber Girl. Amber Crafty. Amber Crafty. When Amber saw all that shit go down, she looking like, oh shit, they're gonna try to put this blame on me. So let me hear it, because she got in her autistic bag so quick and started crying. Because I didn't come here for this. I didn't come here to fight over a room. It's not about the closet. It's just I feel left out. Amber, come here. Come here for 1 second. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. Now, in all fairness, Lucy Love did have a more aggressive demeanor. So I could see you not wanting to be vulnerable automatically in that moment to tell her that you feel left out. Because again, I don't know you personally and you're being aggressive towards me. But Amber, you were being equally as aggressive. You were being equally as aggressive. So I could see Lucy feeling like this ain't about no your autism and you feeling left out, bitch. Just you want smoke just like I want smoke. So what's up? So you're not gonna get in front of them and now change it into you never wanted it to be this way. Because if you didn't, once you seen her aggressive demeanor, you would have excused yourself because, like you said, it wasn't about the closet for you. You are fucking lying, Amber. You are lying and your ass is crafty. And I see you. I see you, girl. I see you and I'm watching you and I see you and I'm watching you. Because like I said, instead of you just being like, you know what, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't my intention for her to leave. But I got pissed off when she discarded me like I wasn't nobody and took the closet off for herself. That made me feel away. All right, fine. I understand that. Don't try to make it seem like you were just an innocent little lamb in a situation and her head just spun off and she was trying to bullshit. No, girl, when you saw she wasn't giving you none of that plaza space, it was up and it was stuck for you too. Because you start popping your shit, and at some point you must have gotten her face because somebody had to come in and remove you. And she was saying, "Don't get in my face, you're not my mother." So Amber, don't act like you was in there being a little shallow lamb when you was in there talking your talk and standing on your tens and talking well. You just came down off your 10 when Miss Deb got there and went back into that shell because you like to be victim Valerie. I see that about you already. I see that about you already, and I'm watching you. And what you're going to try to do is use that whole autism thing to kind of get people to feel like, because this is your situation, you may act a certain way, and you don't want people to judge you and take advantage of you. No, bitch, you ain't no act no certain way. You know how to get your shit together. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't have been popping no shit back to her. Because that's what she was trying to say. You're non-confrontational. You never wanted to be like this. Girl, it ain't look like it. It did not look like it. So Amber, you full of shit, and I'm watching you. And I know I gotta watch you because episode 2 that came on, and I'm gonna review that and drop that. I might drop it tonight or tomorrow. But yes, girl, I love so it went off after that. Lucy Love X'd herself out and left on her own. So there was no elimination that night. Deb was like, listen, isn't any more argument over any room space? They was like, no, Miss Deb, we good. Deb left and they enjoyed the rest of the night. So if y'all going to watch Deb's house, it comes on the All Black Network and something else I'm watching it on Prime, but it comes on Fridays. I'm trying to think of what network. I can't remember. I'll get it for you guys, but it's good. I love it. I love Deb's house. Like I told you, I'm going to try to go live from something else because you see, I didn't have no glitches here on my iPad. That's why I went live from here, because when I do it from my computer, it keeps booting me out and I'm looking crazy. But no, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm going to review episode 2 for you guys, and then I'm going to put it up and we could discuss and be all caught up because it's only 2 episodes up out right now. And y'all come watch the season with me and let's see who wins the R&B crown at Deb's house. Thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Friday. Enjoy your holiday weekend and be safe. Mwah.